Hello, CEP 200 students, and welcome to the Unit 3 unit video. So all of your assignments for the Unit 2 should have been submitted yesterday, February 18th by 11:59 p.m. I did receive quite a few requests for extensions, which is totally fine. So if everyone can have those materials submitted by Friday, the 23rd at the latest, that would be fantastic. So one thing that I did just want to mention to everyone is just a reminder of the minimum word requirement for assignments. When I recorded the welcome video, I think it was pretty standard for all assignments, across all assignments, for everything to be around 250 words. So just making sure that you're following that with the different unit assignment responses, your journal reflection, as well as your discussion board posts and posts to other students in the class. So just going forward, keep that in mind. I did make sure that I was a little lenient with grading for the Unit 1 assignment, just because it was the first assignment. But if there was, any responses that were very, very, very brief and there was no effort, people did not generally get credit for those. But if there was an effort and it just seemed like there was a misunderstanding with the word count, then you did get credit. But that was just for Unit 1. So please make sure that you are conscientious of that going forward. So for Unit 3, starts today, and everything will be due in 2 weeks. So March 3rd at 11:59 p.m. We are going to learn about rehabilitation counselors and career counselors in this unit. So things that you are going to be responsible for, it's not too work heavy. So you're going to watch/listen to this video. You're going to read chapters 4 and 11 in Halkowski. Watch a short video, which is titled The Art of Rehabilitation Counseling. So that's going to give you an idea of what rehabilitation counseling entails there. You are going to watch a TED Talk, which is titled The Voices in My Head, which is performed by Eleanor Longden, who is an individual that speaks about her experience with schizophrenia. You're going to read 2 supplemental articles, submit the Unit 3 assignment, complete quiz number 2, and then we are going to submit the topic of our advocacy paper in the discussion board. So again, with the supplemental articles, remember, you don't have to sit down and read these word for word, so long as you're just getting the idea and, ultimately finding what you're looking for in each of them as it pertains to the prompts and the assignments within the unit, you should be fine. So for the topic of the advocacy paper, again, we just want to think of a population that is vulnerable. So what I mean by that is a population that would really benefit from, someone or some people advocating for them. So what I mean by that is this might look like the homeless population, immigrants and refugees, survivors of trauma, women who are victims of domestic violence, stuff like that. I've had people do papers on the Black Lives Matter movement. So any population that you can think of that is vulnerable and would really benefit from an individual or a community or a society advocating for them. So how this is going to work is, for this particular discussion board, you do not need to comment on 2 of your classmates' posts. So all you need is just to post your topic, and that is it. So if you remember, the overall advocacy project is out of 125 points. The paper itself, which we will continue to talk about throughout the semester, is 100 points. And just alone posting the topic of your choice in the discussion board post is going to be 25 points. So I'm going to go through those after the unit is over, and I'm just going to take a look at all of those topics. If you score 25 out of 25 and there's no feedback, that means that you're good to go. That topic has been approved. If you get a 0 and there's some feedback, that's just saying that you might need to choose a different topic. You might need to narrow it down a little bit. I will help you figure out, what edits you need to make to that. once you settle on a topic that's appropriate, you'll get those points back. So just to put that out there. All right, quiz number 2. Let's take a look here. So for the 2 questions to give you responses for, let's take a look at the 2 that I noticed that people tend to struggle with the most. So let's see. So the first one that we're going to look at is, which organization oversees rehabilitation counseling programs in regards to standards and accreditation? The answer here is CACREP. So this is CARCREP. This is the accrediting organization that actually oversees rehabilitation counseling programs that are offered as master's programs. So they just go in and take a look and make sure, every certain number of years that a college program is offering the appropriate coursework and internships that would prepare someone to be successful in this career. So let's take a look at the second one. So the next one is also kind of just like an overseeing organization. So the next question is, which organization is responsible for overseeing the certification of rehabilitation counselors? The answer to this is the CRCC. So this one kind of comes off as a trick question, which is why I like to give the answer to it. So it's not the APA, it's not the American Psychology or Association. It's not the ASCA, it's not just CRC, it is CRCC. So when you go and you take like the certification exam and you are, renewing your continuing education and all of that, that is all overseen by the CRCC. All right, so that is it for the quiz. So let's take a few minutes and talk a little bit about rehabilitation counselors and career counselors. So career counselors are your people who help individuals find careers. So this could be someone who gives assessments and helps people like find out what careers they're interested in, or, will ask for money to help people match careers and, help them put in applications and monitors and helps them through the process. So that's a career counselor. Rehabilitation counselors are a little bit different. So for our rehabilitation counselors, these individuals oftentimes, will say, for example, you have an individual who has been working many, many years doing one particular job. Say that they get injured on this job and they can no longer perform that job. It's a permanent, injury, and it really impacts their ability to go back and do the same work. They are going to have to find another career, but may not know where exactly to look or where to start. And this is where a rehabilitation counselor comes in. So a rehabilitation counselor will help this individual find another career path to get them back into the workforce. So oftentimes they are considered vocational rehabilitation counselors or just rehabilitation counselors. So to become a rehabilitation counselor, you must complete a master's program, which UB does offer a rehabilitation counseling master's program. You will complete the coursework, complete your internships, and then you will take a certification exam. So this exam, mind you, since it's a certification exam and not a license, remember that licensure goes state by state. This certification exam is recognized countrywide. So you can get certified in New York as a rehabilitation counselor and go and work in Texas as a rehabilitation counselor without having to take any other exams. So that's something that's pretty cool about this particular profession, is it's versatile in that way. So definitely rehabilitation counselors can also serve in the capacity of a career counselor. So you're going to learn about like the different career types and the different career theories in this particular unit. So it's pretty fascinating, and there's a couple of different ways to help people kind of figure out, what their interests are, their aptitude and all of that stuff. So these are two different, like those terms are things that these two different counseling professionals would, be relatively familiar with. So it's all about helping people find gainful and meaningful employment. So that's really it. Career counselors, you can have a couple of different, ways that gets you to be a career counselor. There is not a particular like licensure exam at this point that would be required on a state or country level. So I'm sure there's different, smaller certifications and stuff that would help someone in this profession, but nothing at this point that's required. So if you have any questions about that, please let me know. I did actually graduate from UB's rehabilitation counseling program, and I am a CRC. So if that's something that interests you or you have any questions about, feel free to let me know. But other than that, that is pretty much it. Just as a reminder, you do not need to comment on 2 of your classmates' posts for the topic of the advocacy paper this unit. If you have any questions or any concerns, feel free to shoot me an email. Again, this unit is due on March 3rd by 11:59 p.m. And I will see you all in 2 weeks. All right, be safe.